if you have not subscribed to Alboa Cinema, this is where you will get everything. So subscribe. Ni wewe naongelesha. Subscribe.
So now, this is part 2. Yes, I had to continue watching this. I stopped this video where the young man had started all with the woke garbage. This is a zero tolerance zone for Western woke ideologies. We've done the research. We know the destructive nature of these things. So instead of actually placing the blame on the right people and the right circumstances, you're trying to just bring up all these other things that really don't matter. It's if a producer is being dishonest, you say they're being dishonest. You don't start making up things just because you had them on some Hollywood person's mouth. Let's continue. Up and Morris, the actor. So this is actually the part where he addresses why he wants people to boycott or wanted people to boycott the movie. And I'm going to give my commentary, of course. So let's chat to sikia nasemaje. Tuendelee kutoka hapo.
Hiyo imbalance, the fact that mimi ni child na uni dem. Unajua vitu sasa ndio the world is really in a place where tuna question vitu mingi sana.
Lakini hiyo si moja. This is just made up because there are places where women are paid more. And so a lot of this series locally, mademu ulipa poa sana kushinda wase. So this is the made up things, even though that
so kituka kulipa dem less for more work. Na unalipa so for less.
Just paying anyone less for more work than the other. Ideally it shouldn't be, but there are other factors in this case that intercede for that. So for example, sometimes somebody is paid for less work because they have a further reach, they have a bigger brand, they can make you more money. That alone is enough, whether you like it or not. It is what it is. It's a business. Keep on saying this.
Sinema mlioga
kuoga man. Uko Taraji pia sio alikuwa analia juu. Taraji alikuwa analia juu pia anapigwa mafu.
Taraji yule wa US maze. It was very painful.
Yeah, and you see all these people, they're saying because they had that in Hollywood. These people have been paid so much over the years within their contracts, and they have royalties and all those things. Some of those contracts are not good, but once you sign a contract, you understand, once you sign a contract, you must stay within the terms. So it is not upon, because what people are trying to do is trying to shame the people who did the business into giving them more money with no proper standing contractually. See, it worked once. I think it worked for Dave Chappelle, for example. But it's Dave Chappelle, and those guys did the mathematics, and they said, hey, having the bad press of Chappelle, even if we try and sell this, because he told people not to watch it. And because of the power that he had, the people who were doing the business with him decided to kumwita kando and give him some payment for it. It is what it is. So this is partly what I say, like some people have more power. Their brand is more powerful because they can command the numbers. They can bring in the business. They can sell tickets. Let's see what this one has to say. It doesn't matter kama ni dem, jama. Just anyone else. I mean, you guys need to stop with this rhetoric. It's useless. It has nothing to do with professionalism or ability of work or branding or whatever, all these other aspects. So ukiendelea kuinsist ni dem, it makes no sense. Everybody is struggling out here. Young men and young women are struggling out here. So the fact that you want to lean that way, it doesn't make any sense. It weakens your case because ni kama ujui. Najua nyinyi ma youngster ni kama mnafikiria hiyo world mnaishi. Hiyo world haiko. Hizi ni vitu watu waseko, my age mates and older, they put in your head to try and deflect from the real issues. Like the real economic terms that you are receiving. So umeanza kuongea juu ya misogyny na nini. Hizo they have no economic value here. Stick to the numbers and the terms and conditions. Wacha hizi makelele tio ni dem. It's useless.
But we be alive to these issues of the misogyny and the patriarchy in our industry pia manzeni telling sana. Unaona?
Hiyo ni ujinga. I already
like mimi kwangu ilikuwa so unfair. unto like odem nilimwambia ngami ilipofotiki alishtuka adelia unagira kwa like what umsali alikuwa na kanja tu hivi okay sawa basi kuna bado wasi wenye hawakukanjwa tu jamaa tu stand wasi wala wasa kwa lipa thao wasa kwa lipa mathao hawakukanjwa mathao moja
so basically kangeve Muigai
kanene Mungai Kenya nafaa kudu anafaa ite tu timu yake unaona so hata shida kubwa kwenye na hii movie imeanzia si hizi vitu zote nakwambia imagine
okay, first of all, those terms are ridiculous. Acha nikwambia hata saa ile like I'm doing a short film hata niko na 30k. I don't kulipa mtu thao ni mtu extra napita hivi kana ishia. Not somebody who's on set like doing or especially stuntmen, the risk involved. That's a bit if that's the case man, kange hapo. Like I don't think you are ready to produce that movie if that was the case. Because how do you so and then again some people are not paid. I don't know what the condition is right now, but if you have not paid people also. Waze hiyo tabia lazima iache. Hiyo kitu ya payments, you see like it's getting out of control. Like people get funding, people don't get people are just behaving the same, especially watu wakipata doba. It's like you don't know how to scale your productions to fit your budget so that you don't have this many issues. You have to do that. If you can't do that now, unasema wewe ni legend, umekaa industry this long. How are you not able to do that? Because you don't understand the business, it seems. You don't know the costing. You don't understand your environment, your economic environment. There's so many things that are showing blatantly that so many of you have done this for so long. Yet you don't understand the basics. Ndio mtakuwa na issues kama hizi.
Ni bafu tumezoea kuoga na tutaacha kuoshwa. Kenya mimi nimelana
you see that attitude. It is watu ndio wameanza kukubali. It is not even like an industry thing I feel. Kenya in general ni kama watu wanakubali eti kuoshwa lazima oshe. Nani alisema hivyo? Who said that? People who speak like this are people who also do it. Unfortunately. So unajua ati lazima nioshe msee. So unajua lazima nioshwe. No, this is ridiculous. You see the attitude already. Like it's so misleading. That people have to accept this mediocrity. That's what he's doing. He's trying to say like he's fighting it. But he's accepted it. And he takes part in it. Hakuna kitu tia ukukubali kuosha tutaosha. Utaoshwaje if you are doing due diligence? If you refuse to work before terms are met? Juu nyinyi kuoshwa ni vile mnakuwa greedy, mnafikiria mtarukia kila kitu. Mtu anakuona hiyo hanjams zako they take advantage. Among other things, a lot of you actors, unapata somebody has been given an offer somewhere. It's a very low offer. They've done the math. They know. And then you go behind and you go take the bad deal. So the producers don't feel any need to have any real talent on set because they can replace you with cheaper models. Worse. But that's what it has created, that you guys have no standards. That's why actually, personally, I'm going to do a video in terms of costing your labor in the film industry in Kenya. The things that you have to take into consideration and what actually it costs right now. Because I know how much people are paid for series. Ukiona ni Showmax, nini, NTV, K24, all this. I know how much people are paid. Like producers wanapewa ngapi. You can cost that thing very well and see what actually people are supposed to be paid. Because on top of all that, a lot of actors don't understand that if you're not able to pull eyeballs, you're not really useful to a producer. You're not, that's the fact. Maybe just a lot of these producers just put you there because they just need the TV station to release the money. Once the money is there, they'll find a way to do that project here and there. Ikiisha ishe, vile itaisha ishe. And it's a deal from the TV stations and they're also corrupt there. So hata kitu yote kiletu hapo, si mnaona zile ziko. You can see there are some that are trying harder. Those ones are paying more. They are paying more per episode, and most of those actors are paid more per episode. But also those ones, within that miasma, there's also serious complaints. Because now also the producers there behave the same way as everywhere else. Always having to undercut because their lifestyle has to supersede the creation, the quality of the creation, the product that's going out for people to see. So watu wanajishort change too, but anyway, let's continue here.
Hatutaja. Wasanii hadi ile siku uoga itaisha. Hawataoshwa na wataendelea kuoshwa. Mimi naambia
Yes, uoga hiyo ndio inaleta kuosha.
Umse alichukua movie after imalize nikataka kuiba na movie.
So what was the agreement?
First of all, si movie ni yake, so anaepa aje, ni yake. Okay, I don't understand.
What was the agreement was you do the movie and then your story inaishi hapo. Wherever the movie goes, ni biashara yake.
Akwendangi hivyo. Kwa sababu
No, if that is normally, unless there's contractual stipulations that say you'll be involved in this and this in the post-production process, the marketing, distribution, because that's the prudent thing to do, to involve your cast and crew in terms of trying to popularize the whatever you've produced. But it's not a must. It has to be contractually obligated sometimes, and at times there's a renegotiation of terms. For example, if you want more money to do promotion, that's something the producer should be able to consider if they can afford it. Most of them wouldn't, at least locally. I know at Amaju, all the best contracts you've seen, they always have these clauses in them where there's the actor must be involved in the positive promotion of the movie. That's there most of the time. But locally, sometimes that's not there because the producers, see that there's a cost implication to it. A lot of the time there is not, because you just need to talk to the people and negotiate properly with them. Because even them, as long as the product is worth it, as long as they're proud of the product, being seen attached to that and pushing it forward, getting more eyeballs on the product, making sure that if it goes to the theaters, you're able to sell as many tickets as possible. On top of that, now you consider how you pay royalties, because we have not set up those systems here in Kenya, at least, for receiving royalties for movies, TV programs, and all this visually. At least I know there's the shady one the music people have, but that's besides the point. But they have something set up they can scale. For us, we don't have that, so it's incumbent upon the producer to actually put that in contract. As I say, maybe the movie might go far, it will make a lot of money. That money somehow has to come to the main characters, at least, and some support. Most of the time is supporting and then main crew. Even that is enough. Okay, I don't think it's fair for an extra to ask for royalties. Kuna umepita bana. You are on set maybe 30 minutes. It doesn't. Anyway, or an hour or whatever, but just because of nobody really remembers extras, they're part of the environment. But even costing them is just ridiculous. But for things like main actors, supporting main and there's ways you can calculate how you can give them royalties or bonuses on sales. There are so many ways to get the money back so that they can spend more money on the craft, so that you can have better prepared actors, more willing actors. So it is something that builds one on top of the other, but so much because we don't even want to do the basics. We don't want to share in the profits, because it's fine. It's because most of you producers really don't know how to make the profits, and really the profit was the production money, isn't it? As in, we all know these things, that people don't want to really address the issues.
Kenyan tulipa si rate ina make sense, si ndio? So the thing of nataka hii movie travel, akona idea za kupeleka festivals and whatnot. For that to happen, ideally you need to engage the team. You need to do a sense of at least inviting us into the distribution of this movie. Wewe ndio sole proprietor, ukona do watu waganji sawa, movie ni yako, by the IP ni yako, ushatuncha IP.
Yes, that's what I was saying. So it needs to invite you, at least put it in contract that you do some things post production
ni yako. But kuna ile staff ya acha wasiwajivunie kazi yao. So unapata after movie tumalize tumseme to ghost hatuko tukiongea, communication imekuwa very very suffocated na ni very one way. Seems like we have conversation ama dialogue.
Okay, I don't really understand the issue here, because I'm not trying because it seems like he's trying to contrive an issue that really shouldn't be his business, because maybe is in post-production. Most of the time in post-production, producers want a thing removed. So if he doesn't communicate with you, maybe there's something you really want, maybe you want to start promoting. Simuonge. I'm not getting the details that are required to make a case that is, because there are many things wrong with the way this thing already, I can feel it. I suspected so. But for the actor himself, Morris, he's not really doing a lot of justice giving actual, you know, when you say that some people are not paid, that's actual something you said that can be verified or not. Like, it can really be more verified. People say, no, we were not paid, or we were paid badly. No, I think 1,000 bob for a stuntman, you know, like, Jesus Christ. But when you're saying that this part where in the post where it needs to, like, the communication was one way, seemed to anaweza kaa chini waongee, does he have to sit down with you? I don't understand. I really don't.
Unabianga wasi kwa cast ama kwa group of WhatsApp. So movie ndio inaenda kutokea guys na nataka mshare, mpush, wasi wa watch. Hakuna story kayo. Umse anataka kwa kama movie make peke yake. Unaona?
The thing is this. Personally, as a producer, I don't understand that move where you just cut off everyone that was involved, which is actually your core marketing team, your core promotional team, even your sales team. That's your core. They like, even I remember the first time I did a feature film, from the moment we started casting, I was putting up pictures on social media. You can go check our page called The Unprotected. From the moment, you will see videos and pictures from the day we were casting all the way to post until it went awry somewhere. Now, that process, by the time we were actually, the movie was not even ready to go to the theaters, but we already sold out a whole theater hall. Within just, and the page had about just 5,000 people or something like that, and it had gone far. We went to the media. I'd actually cast Larry Madowo in one of the roles, just a cameo, so that we went to the trend. It was, you know, things like that. You place things carefully and smartly to be able to push your numbers. Right now, of course, there are different people you can use, but not necessarily put them in the movie, but use them in promotion or what. There's so many ways you can do it. But it has to be over an extended period of time so that people are aware, as many people as possible. Now we have even TikTok. The time I was doing the movie, TikTok wasn't there. Instagram was, it was mainly like Facebook, you know, and YouTube some. But now there's everywhere. There's X that's kicking us. You can really get good numbers there. There's, of course, TikTok, which everybody knows, Instagram. So there's so many ways that over a period of time, if you really put in the effort, you are offering the material, the behind the scenes, the what to your cast and crew to be sharing for every day, just because it will be building their own profile. At the same time, it's building your movie's profile. It's not even something that has to be explained this much, but apparently, yes.
Tukaenda screening na premiere hapa hivi Kenya Cinema, 2 days movie screen. Unajua manza ile choni ya mandazi ile yenye ni mbogi yako wamefanyia job, mtu uchukua watu na kalcha chini wakunywa kachai. Kama hauna do unaweza kawaambia hapo, create forum ya kusema, so guys movie ndio imeisha, lakini manze as things stand sai bado sijapata venye naweza kawarudisha ya kitu manze mfeel poa.
Lakini you see this is what I was saying all the time. It's just I've never had this issue really. I've just had it once, but someone was just trying to be a hellraiser for no reason, but they were shut down with the facts. This is the thing, like, you can just tell people this is the situation. Because a lot of people want to lie so much. Like, why do you need to lie so much? It's so frustrating that you do so many bad things, you lie about them, and then now one thing, the cascading effect of that makes that there's so many people with bad taste in their mouth, but you double down and you want to catch feelings. Akisema kitu mtu mimi niliwaambia boss, like, you didn't choose a good DOP. That's why your movie looks like that. Hiyo ni ukweli na nyinyi mnamkata mtaki kusikia, but it doesn't matter, I'll say it. But you see at the same time, like, why do you have these vibes all the time? It's because you lie so much. Hauambii watu ukweli. Sometimes ubona sign, like, you've already signed contracts with them. They have no rights to the money you make unless you decide to give them some. But why wouldn't you promote, at least make it so that everybody gets a little bit more out of it? I don't get it.
Bro, sasa watu wazima. We are human. Umseme nyama.
They just talk to people.
Premier aje bro na tuende. Hata ile kukaa chini kutusalimia kutuambia so guys I was hakuna alibehave kama kanga. Sawa, mimi zina ndo naiba hivyo maana na sikusema sikusema makanga niwezi ama anything. I'm just saying. Kama ni offensive. But anyway, like
so apology.
Yeah,
umesema
na umse unite ilikuwa like hey man
so basically this 40k is it hakuna royalties
and I've made peace with that fact. By then nimekuwa nikiraise awareness hapo in mneti wasona nafikiria saka ganji saka nini saka look bro na niko make peace with the fact that hii media inaweza kaisha na 40k tu yangu inaweza kaisha by then hakuna pesa.
I think you should resign yourself to that. The way is no people around. No, if you don't have contractual obligations in terms of royalties, this is about it.
Unfortunately, and he will get away with it because that's how things.
It's not about getting away with it. It's contractually. It's contract. You signed a contract. Unless he pays you less than what your contract demands, that's it. It's not about. It's not a crime. See, you guys have to start now behaving properly because every industry has its contracts, and that's why my insistence on getting the knowledge, getting out of your feelings and all these things and knowing exactly what it means when you sign a contract and what type of contract should you be signing, more important. What kind of contract are you signing? Do you just want to get in a movie and what, mazeka 50 kanakaa poa fa sasa? Or do you understand the long-term benefits that might come for it and how you position yourself to take advantage of those by signing proper contracts? You can save yourself a lot of grief with just doing that. But no. You do the business. The contracts matter. Because if they go against it, you have a leg to stand on. Right now, even if you say whatever you say, contractually, it's null and void. He's not getting away with anything. He's just doing his business. Admittedly, he's doing the business badly, but you don't have a leg to stand on in terms of that.
In this country, he will get away with it. Wakiendaka watu waelewa realize going on forward nitakamanze audience. Sasa mimi nikiwasema kangethe anaogopa audience ni mdosi wake. Asha realize kwa hiyo
that's every businessman. And you shouldn't fear your audience. You should respect your audience.
That's your conscience akamwambia.
You only fear your audience if you know you're being fishy. If you're being fishy, of course. Not just your audience but everyone else. So you're hiding things.
Waoga, watu backstabiana, people, watu wako na mashida kwa hii industry. Na producer wamerealize they prey on our problems. Producer nataka manzi kukuje mnilie, nafungiwa mlango, nafungiwa nyumba, man sijatishi, mtoi. Even ndio that's the language they speak.
No, that is just an unfair categorization. A lot of these people, some are like that. A lot of them are just corrupt and greedy, The thing is, it's a very simple thing. And I'm also a producer. For me, I don't do these things. And a lot of you actors mnapenda kukatana mnakatana miguu. So you are trying to take away your own culpability in this mess. That they take advantage of our No. You acted out of desperation. He took advantage of it. You both are playing the same game. You both are culpable. Stop deflecting.
They speak the language of what problems do you have that I can use to my advantage to keep you down. Hataji to empower. Producer atakanji kuona umepark gari yako kwa parking lot.
It's possible, but it's not his responsibility to make sure you park a car. Like, come on, listen to yourself. That is dependent on your work, the kind of work you pick, your branding, or all these things that make sure your value is high enough for you to be paid that money. See, naona hapa unacheza na car keys. There's something you've done that has given you that money. I hope it's not wash, but if it's acting, respect. So what are you saying? You're able to make decisions that are able to pay you more, but it doesn't make any sense.
kuja na look yako na kapoa wewe ni msafi umekuja cho anataka
Kukuwa msafi ni juu yako my friend. Kuwa producer akuji kuosha. My friend, wewe oga na nunua mitumba yako na piga safi. Ipige stay soft. Stay soft. Ukae kama ni mupi. Like, come on now. This is pettiness now. Let's talk about the business. I don't care about this.
kuona kwa shida anataka aone ile gari ya van enye ali provide for transport umehata hiyo van anataka aone hauwezi fika set hauna do
Ufai kuhata van. Get there on time. You see, this duality of responsibility taking. Utaki kuchukua responsibility unaweza kusema eti no. If the van is meant to leave at 6, be there before 6. Cut the bullshit. You're costing the production money. Come on now. Si unajua. Sasa wewe uchelewe ndio nilipe zaidi kukuita na Uber. You're adding cost to me because you can't be there on time. Come on. Hiyo ni biashara gani mnafanya? Wrong.
That's what they like. When they say they're problem solvers, I think they want to solve those kind of problems. But producer like for me, from what I know, baya. Na siona nachomea producer, but majority, the bigger percentage of producers we have ni makwak na makruk.
That's
so
true.
Say, like, yeah, ataki tukutuona.
And you see, if you know that and you work with them, what are you? Because kama unajua hivyo, because for me once I realized that I pulled back tufanye vitu zetu inside to try and work the right way, do the business the right way. Hatuko huko tunajaribu kuambia tupe ma deals za Showmax hata si tu. Naweza shoot ma series za Showmax na ma movie. I mean I have the ability. I've done it before. So it's not nini but try to deal now because they are corrupt. Juu tunajua ujinga yao. You understand now? You have to make the sacrifice. You guys think you're just going to change things without making sacrifice, without taking responsibility? Unafikiria isi rahisi? It's not easy that now all of you is still a problem. Nobody is taking responsibility. Kang'ethe won't take responsibility for whatever he did wrong. You are not taking responsibility for what you did wrong and the decision you made wrong. So hakuna solution ni kumblame. Now solution sasa vile ataza kusema ni kuboycott. Let's get there. I'll give you
basically time and kuna any like awards outside international
ilikuwa ZIF 2 weeks ago ilikuwa imeenda Zanzibar ilikuwa imeselectiwa for Dao haikushinda we didn't win na hapo ndo nilikuwa nataka kwanza kuboycott hiyo movie nataka tu leo msiwatch hiyo movie usiwatch hiyo movie usiwatch ni movie kali
utaki
ni movie kali bro inaweza kuwa maybe by
siko baya movie ni si kali
Inaweza kuwa YouTube. Itakuwa YouTube aje wewe. Itakuwa YouTube.
The context would have been so great if it was produced properly and directed properly. It would have been something else, but that's a story for another day.
Chizi. Mimi ndo nasema yani bro, umseke nyenye
iko Showmax.
Iko mahali. Sasa
iko Netflix.
No, it's a new movie.
Kenya nadu ana screen kwa theaters.
I'll be curious to see if Netflix take it. I'm very curious because I have to say there is quite a bit of technical issues. That's usually where I saw. Even on the trailer, it's quite clear to see. So I don't know. I'm curious to see if they'll take that. Because I was going through their catalog. They have like a lot of Nigerian movies and African movies, but you find that they're pretty well technically done. So I don't know if that will let it down ama itakubali ama they've been told to go back and re-edit and do some color and, or change some things. I don't know.
Tulifanya screening hapo Kenya Cinema, si ndio? The next location ni Kiambu. Inapelekwa Kiambu kusikiliza
Kiambu. You see, that's where it would really hit. Like Central angefanya viewings Central yote because watu wamezoea hizo movies za Riverwood. That's a big step up from that. Wanapaka choka. An old man. Paka choka is old. I can't get over that. So some of the laziest makeup you ever see. But anyway, from that to that, and also it's the Mau Mau story and some of that, and then they are a bit matriarch. Also, there's a chick who's main. It would have done well personally. I don't know if they've taken it. I'll try and find out. But I think it would do well. You go to those social halls, schools, nini. You can make a pretty penny. And I think if you had the actors with you doing that run, it will be fantastic. But like to me a pesa hapo, so I don't know. I'll find out.
Kwa watu wa mlima. Na watu wa mlima.
Watu wa mlima
Sasa watu wa mlima ni moja bro. Watu wa mlima even at the premiere kulikuwa na msee alisema anataka kutushukuru. Kuna TikToker fulani alikuwa kwa premiere akatupatia thao mimi na Jambi. Watu ama lead akanipatia
mazesikizo pesa watu wanaongea bana.
Ancha kajanga udem punch. Nikasema mazee mse ndio ameelewa kenye na hapa. Basi sasa hizi nililie audience shida. Niombe mazee mimi sikulipa pesa mingi, nilipa 40k mazee kwa hii movie. Nataka kubamba mazee lete kitu kwa M-Pesa. Sawa. Watu wanataka kuna wasanii.
Mimi nasema if you sign the contract, because when you began this you say yeah uliona hii pesa ukapiga hesabu kona ni sawa. Let it end at that. Watch a story ingine. You see these other additional things, it's to poison the well. I don't like it at all because it also takes away from your legitimate argument. So like hiyo ndio pesa ulikubali mzee. That's what it is. I don't agree with it, but you know, that's what you signed and you agreed. Like boss,
tukio tunasafa tukio tunabeg
na unajua it takes a lot from a man to do that, unajua
na nakwambia
ukiona mtu analia kwa mtandao
hizi vitu kuzi ni embarrassing, lakini sasa unapata Kenyans wamekuwa so encultured to seeing the entertainers and their artists in bad positions. Inakonga very sad. Ile story ya Omosh wase wengi walikuwa heartbroken. Juoni mse
achana Omosh alikuwa mlevi ya karibu ma opportunities. Sasa yeye amekuwa pastor na jaribu kurebrand. Omosh kitu limaribu ni ulevi. Si tunajua this guy Omosh had so many endorsements, he could do ads. He was making money hand over fist, my friend. Wacheni uongo bwana. Mimi anajua hizo manini wakina Jackie Nyaminda ni watatenza pesa poa bwana. Na hiyo brand wameteza Citizen. And Citizen tends to use them more for their various promotions and whatnot. Stop it. Omosh alikuwa mlevi. I'm still a mlevi, I don't know, but that's why he was in the position he was. Tusijaribu kumix kila kitu ndani bana. Najua hiyo ndio ubaya, wase wanaonanga eti wasanii walevi na because you are. Wengi wenu mazee vile mna behave average, wengine mnakaa kama mapoko, wengine mnawani walevi, ma drug dealer. Like why is this self-awareness lacking? Like you all need to stop with this crying wakati where everybody's kind of involved in the mess. Everybody's adding something onto the mess and you're thinking hapana.
Kwa living room yenu hapo, kwa kitchen, kwa dining room, whatever, mlikuwa mnakaa chini, umse anakuja anawaingizia life kwa nyumba,
alikuwa analipwa.
Mazee unajeona kwa
alikuwa analipwa. It was not free. Let's be clear. It was not free. He was being paid. Being given some of the widest. Citizen has been the top for over 10 years. Being given the widest audience in Kenya. Ikwa bure, my friend.
Inakonga so painful because me pia nilikuwa.
It's painful because he threw away his opportunity kuwa na ulevi bwana. Na kuchukua madem na kuzalisha kila pahali bila mpango. Like what is this pretense we have right now? No, you should Rapture. When mseme kwa industry mona watu wakitupa opportunity. You need to school this young man on the realities, not just to nod along, you know. It's not helpful. It's not.
Mi pia nilikuwa kwa TV. I gave like from the year 2000 to 2006, 6 years of my comedy in Beyond. I don't even have 1 minute of footage. I can tell people, hey, ndio joke yangu ya kwanza, I don't own it. The artists
probably should have worked out to get
they were asking for that footage, as in it is me, you know, people like Mzee Ojuang, you know, these are legends of Kenyan comedy and acting. Saying like, we are living at a time when I can put it on my, not like monetarily, you know, just like nikuwe na content. That's my content, you know. It's not your it's not.
No, this is misleading. It's not your content. It's the owner of the copyright content and the person who paid for you to be on that show. it would be nice if they could give you something for your show reel, but it's not your content. Like, this is a job, Rapture. Hii ndio information mna spread yenye watu wanafanya vitu za ufala, they don't look at their contracts, they don't do all these things, then when something goes wrong, then you have this, you can't just say it's your content then it's yours. It's not. So didn't have somebody pay for you to be on set, to pay you to appear on that, the lunches, the transport, the equipment, the light, all that. Like, hii mnasahau hii pande yote. That's why I felt it was important for me to finish this. Because when I was watching it, I just realized there's so much wrong information that's being given. And me personally, Rapture, I like Rapture, but this is wrong information. You don't own that content.
Your content. They're just the same way people have, like Will Smith, they have a lot of clips from their film they used to promote so that they watch as a watch.
Yes, they're paid for that. Everything that is paid for is prepared for them, it's planned. Kuna tutafanya hii marketing plan hivi, tufanye hizi maskit, tufanye hivi. There's so much that goes into it. But you guys are not there. Like, unajicompare na Will Smith na watu wakana machinery na work. It's already been set. They know that we need this marketing collateral here. We need this. We need them to say this. There's a trend going on. This car, can we map onto that? Like, there's so much going on. Like, nyinyi hamjafikiria hapo. So stop saying it's mine. It's just saying it's mine. Is like, makes no sense.
Then royalties ziongezeke.
Yeah, that is because they've set up their royalty systems.
Kenya, Omosh, all those years alipatiana kwa TV, he doesn't even own 1 second. 1 second of all that.
Nijutena hatuna education ya IP, unaona, hatujui intellectual property venye ina work, venye iko structured.
That is true.
Hakuna nini, there's nothing to learn about intellectual.
Come on now. Like, umeka industry miaka yote, and that's what you can say, hakuna kitu ya kulanju intellectual property. That's why watu wanaoshwa. Like, what is your problem, dude?
Intellectual property is very simple. Kama I was in a comedy show, that is my intellectual property. The stories are...
No. It's not. You didn't pay for it. You don't own it. You own the copyright. Do you own the program? Do you own the script? What are you talking about, dude? It is not.
You know, I came in with akunaga story kama hizo.
Ndio maana by the way
no, that's why you have no leg to stand on. Kwani kama ufikiri this is meant to be written down on a contract, endeleeni kupiga kelele. Unajua hii ndio watu mbambuzi kuchezeana guitar. Nobody is understanding what's going on. What do you mean that you just show up then it's your... No, it's not. Hii video yenye na record saa hii ni kireact, hii ni yangu. Unacheki? Because I'm producing it. Unacheki? Hii yenye ulifanya, hii umefanya na yeye Morris, this is yours for your Chizi channel. That's your intellectual property. You own it. All the production and everything. Okay, maybe kama ni yako, that is. If Chizi is yours, yeah, if you own it. But you don't own what Citizen produced. Ni kama saa hii umsea kuja hapa as Morris aza kusema eti hii episode he owns part of it. Unless you agreed that way, like it's written somewhere. But if he just comes to your podcast and shows, he doesn't own the intellectual property. What are you talking about?
Asa mekitawi na your staff. Unapata ni kwa hiyo piece of paper in the
understand, it's simple. Like, understand your contracts. Hii mambo ya kusema eti just because I showed up, that is not true. That is factually incorrect.
Sepo ndio wanafaa mtushikie, nakwambia the education is important. Ndio ujue contract clause ikisema in perpetuity in the universe, umse nakwambia basically hiyo Kenya umenipatia si yako anymore. Kuna maproducer hadi manze jina ya kata uzitumia after mtoto wa kipindi yake. Sasa ana speak very eloquently the language of IP. Lazima iongele vizuri.
Yes, it's business.
Distributor lazima akue amemit hizo terms zote. Unaona? Lazima akue na release from za wasanii wote wamekubali.
That means umesign.
Unapata Africa how commission projects juu uko hivyo abroad mazee wase wengi sana wamekuwa kipigania hizi vitu za unachukua movie tuandika na wewe unapata movie dodo Netflix unaimake alafu unakula profits peke yako
watu kugongana
Netflix na wasu wewe inabidi Netflix only $50 million kwa sababu hizi mavitu za IP zikuwa very big
lakini not Africa kuna hiyo
kujua hii piece of paper na sign this is what I'm actually agreeing to. Tuenye na kimangoto ile ya sini nini sini aiwakigi hivyo.
Yes.
Point nyingine sasa ikusa base.
Well, at least the young man understands that. Rapture anasema tu eti ni kwa come on dude. Come on. That's horrible ignorance. It's costly ignorance. Hiyo kitu umesema imecost watu pesa mingi sana my friend. Eti people eti ulitokea job my friend. No. Absolutely not.
Business ina change ni completely. Ndio maana we need managers, we need agents, we need lawyers. Msanii asikuwa ajitetea.
While all that is not available, you know who it falls on? It falls on you. Ndio nakwambia saizi there's so many resources that can allow you to understand a contract. You can go on the various AI platforms, you can go on Google, you can go to any other search engine and look and check. Is it important enough? Go get the information. Stop saying, we need, we want. It doesn't work, bana. In third world, hatuna do. You have to manage yourself properly. You have to be out there. Kwa sahi, ma avenues imejaa online. Anywhere you can get far with it. The fact that you need to step away from your responsibility because you think you need manager, somehow they'll just show up and your manager hata kugonga or some agent will just show up. No, you have to build it first. Where do you think you guys live? Come on now, you have to build the infrastructure first. Hakuna infrastructure ya manager na agent juu hakuna do industry. Sasa mtu hapo unalipa 20k per month na manager anachukua nini? Ana need ku manage artist wangapi ndio hata alipe rent. Like it's like you guys don't understand the business you're in. And you're making demands of an industry that can't provide them. There are no managers, agents. How do you get out of it? These lawyers, there are few intellectual lawyers. Give them work, but most of you can't afford these intellectual lawyers. So get online. These contracts are everywhere. Look at contracts from everywhere in the world. Look at what the stipulations are and what is required. Research every stipulation. Inform yourself. If you think that somebody is going to do it for you, whoever is going to give you that sweet word, they're going to do it for you. No, they're going to wanaenda kugonga. You based on what? Industry iko bana. Like nyinyi wasee mnafaa mtoke kwa hii mentality. Ni kama ukifanya movie moja mbili hivi pa. No, that's not an industry. Sisi tunatumikanga kama watu wa PR na mapolitician. The industry, the wasanii, because the TikToks and what have made acting and such things become popular. But they really are not feeling it in the exchequer vile wanataka ndio wakwe serious na nyinyi. It's because you don't understand the business. And anyway.
Aina kirere ya passion, unapata sikizwa. Acha mtu mwenye anaweza ka articulate kenye imekuhapenia vizuri akurepresent. Unaona?
This not there. Haiko. Do it yourself.
So
information iko. Stop being lazy. Information iko. Hii ni kazi rahisi sana bana. Manzeji julishe bana vitu kazi yako vile inafaa kuenda contracts. Si juu ma hip hoppers wa kitambo wale waliumia juu ado. Because they were just stupid. They didn't read the contracts. Wakaingia ma contracts za ufala. Alafu juu yao wanachukua madeni juu ya ma contract. So they ended up being broke the older they got, and because the contracts were none, they didn't understand ownership of the IP and how the copyright, all those masters, nani na own, what not. You found later people buying their masters for so much or selling their masters for so much. Wale wenye walikuwa wameelewa. So ignorance is no defense, my friend. I'm telling you the truth because you guys are asking for too much for an industry that's not even set up. Kapesa kadogo kitokea industry yetu kila mtu anakimbia kwa anakula makala crats they run away. Go hide again in their caves and then come back again. Tumesikia kuna funding KFC. Tuko kuna funding hapa. Everywhere because there is no business. The theaters don't have our movies. Zimejaa tu movies za Wahindi na Americans. Come on now. Like which economy is this yenye inangoja tu grants man? Ma customer wetu hapa hivi hawezi hawajakuwa inspired kuja kununua tikiti. There's so much that you guys need to learn, and you stop with these excuses wenye mnaongea sana ni kama mko industry yenye iko bana. We are trying to build something and all of you are just coming with all your nonsense, just peppering the place, diluting the entire economy. Mnapata pesa yetu hapa hivi ya industry, mnakimbia mnaenda kupea mapoko huko nje na kununua magari fake. You don't invest in the industry, nothing. So what?
That's what I'm fighting right now. I'm fighting watu wasisupport hii movie flop. Mtaka flop.
Unataka movie flop.
Usikulije
malizia because ataka umalizie ukisema kwa hiyo camera what you want.
What I'm asking,
because those are the closing remarks.
Hata tuifunge man. What I'm trying to say here guys.
Movie by the way acha niwakumbushe sinema inaitwa Wamaitha.
Yeah.
Alikuwa supporting act.
Yeah. So like the issue here is it's a dope movie, it's a beautiful movie guys. But mina appeal to the Kenyan audience wase wenye akasema wana making sure tumebaki job ni audience juu hiyo ndio under tunamekia job na plead na nyinyi mtusaidie ku boycott hii movie, slow down the process of how much money he can make from this movie, because when he makes all this money, none of that money is going to get to people who helped to make that project. Atumitishi do yote, we're just asking him to do what is right by us, just to be akwim fair na akwim just. Na hata kama kukuwa fair ni kupatia mtu 10 bob inaweza kwa hiyo ndio justice, but umsiadai. So mimi na urge the Kenyan audience on the process of how much money he can make from this movie, because when he makes all this money, none of that money is going to get to people who helped to make that project. Atumitishi do yote, we're just asking him to do what is right by us, just to be akwim fair na akwim just. Na hata kama kukuwa fair ni kupatia mtu 10 bob inaweza kwa hiyo ndio justice, but umsiadai. So mimi na urge the Kenyan audience, kataeni kuona hii movie na muambie ikiko mahali kwa streamer, ikiko mahali popote, kataeni hiyo movie. Ndio sasa hawa si wenye wanaweza inunua ama ama investor wajue kuna shida, na hiyo shida manzi kijulikana, hopefully maybe then we can start addressing the real problem in this industry, that wasanii creatives bro tuko powerless na tuko disenfranchised na hatuna atukuli stuff. Hii career tunaifanya kama mad people. We don't know when or where the next meal or coin comes from, but we are still doing it. And we are urging you guys, instead of waiting for us to get to rock bottom, help us when we are still afloat. Boycott this movie with me. Now maybe, just maybe, wasanii wengine pia wamefanywa hizi injustice watapata nguvu na hiyo courage ya kuongea, because they know mtawasupport. Wananyamaza hizi vitu, sijui ni wajinga, sijui ati wanataka, sijui ni hatuna ulterior motives, ni uoga tu watu wasanii tuko na, we're just afraid. That's all. That's my closing.
All right. So what do I think on the boycott the movie sentiment? I wouldn't back it. For one, because I've listened to everything, I've given my commentary as we go. But on the aspect of boycotting it so that the money doesn't go to Kang'ethe, so that I didn't understand what, so that other producers give more money. Okay. That's, you see, there's something about responsibility that I can't run away from. If you did sign a contract that is to pay you a certain amount of money, and that money was paid to you, that's the end of it. This is not a community project the government is paying for. This is someone who got money from somewhere. How he went about it, notwithstanding, it's his project. And if he met your financial obligations as per your contract, that's the end of it. I think that I totally dislike these emotional appeals that are kind of like, it's like you regretted what you did, so now everybody else must come in to help you solve your problem. That is unacceptable. Because in as much as I don't like how you went about it, you as actors, crew, participated and you continued to support the movie until it was done. I wish you would go and include people more, and I wish you would let the actors and the crew get a little something from the after sales of the movie after he's made his money back. Yeah, you know he has to make his money back. I hope he makes his money back. And on the profits, they're sufficient enough for him to spread that love, so to speak, to the actors and the what. But as far as boycotting the movie, it doesn't solve anything. I'm trying to see what it solves. It doesn't. It's just an appeal by someone who's mad. Yes, he can be mad whether legitimately or not, but he signed a contract and took the money and did the job. These types of actions, a lot of them, they're not advised by very sober thinking, unfortunately. There's been because I heard him talking about that woke stuff, I know he's already imbibed a bit of that. I'm a victim. That's why I kept on insisting on being a victim. You can be a victim of your own ignorance, which clearly you people are. And whether this movie, I think this movie, this is my personal opinion, I think it will fail on its own merits because I don't think it's a good movie. I've seen the production quality, but if he goes central hard and shows that movie, it will make some money. But in terms of creating an international buzz, I highly doubt it. I don't think it meets the minimum threshold on so many things. I've already mentioned that. I'll put the review I did of it, of the trailer at least. It's there. So I have my issues with it. I also think this movie should make more money, and maybe create some kind of following that might translate to more ticket sales in future, because I'm a businessman at the end of the day, despite what I do. And I have to make sure that if there's any chance a Kenyan film can make money and can meet its niche and really make money and become big, I think that will be better than it failing. So yeah, Maurice, the actor, you have your sentiments, but I think they are clouded by you not accepting your part in these decisions. Should have listened to Irungu. Should have listened to him when he said he refused the role. He saw in the writing. Why did he refuse? Because we know. Me, I'm telling you, I'm older than him actually. I've done it for long and I've taken bigger risks trying to produce what not vitu mingi sana. So I know all the pitfalls. This one it's if the movie is going to fail, it's not because of this particular appeal. I think it's more because he's made so many bad decisions to this point, including excluding them from the promotion of the movie, at the very least promotion. And even sales, you should have just included them in everything. So you failed there. You failed in delivering a quality product in terms of to meet the international quotas that we have. I don't think it will be received very well. People know a good product from a bad one in terms of production quality. So I think that's another thing. I think the way you've dealt with the contracts, and if other people have not been paid, that's another thing. So it's a shit show altogether. Yeah, and you can see the people that met to do it also don't have that same dispensation. Nimesema. Ya kijana hapa kusema boycott movie ni ufala. Jamaa kufanya movie kama ama cha hivyo pia ni ufala. Yani haelewi, he doesn't understand his limits. That's usually happens a lot. Anyway, kama mmependa hiyo, hii ni part 2 ya hiyo. So I'm going to do a video that's going to now talk about the numbers and how you should really be able to cost your labor in this industry. I think watu wengi they live in a delusional world where they think hii industry haina pesa. I'm going to give you the actual raw facts ndio muone mkwe watulivu. Mjue vile kunaenda. Also I tell you how I've actually told you a lot about how producers behave to make the situation even worse, exacerbate the situation. So hiyo ndio yangu kwa leo. Otherwise unaweza subscribe kama unapenda hizi marant zangu. Unaweza share hii video kwa kila mtu waone what's going on in the industry. So I'm going to be doing some of these videos to try and actually give actual information and data about the Kenya film industry so that people make informed decisions, and also maybe help you in the thought process as how you come to that decision, so that you do not you know, come later ukianza kulia oh, these people they are horrible. Yes they are, but you knew they were, you dealt with them. Hakuna noma.